Okay, we got some bonus coverage here. I'm going to make two sides to go along with the ribs. The first one I'm going to make is a Memphis coleslaw, and I need 2 pounds of cabbage. And I'm going to cheat. I bought the Dole Classic already shredded. So about 2 pounds is about 2 bags of these. I'm just going to open these up and throw them in here. They come with these packets, but we're not going to use the packets. We're going to make our own topping here. One. Yeah, these things are hard to open. And two. Get that out of here. And then what I like to add to this is some red cabbage. I like the crunchiness of the red cabbage in there. And let's go. Just kind of gauge this. I don't want it to overpower the other cabbage, but I want it in there. That's probably good. Let's mix this in here and see what that looks like. Yeah, that's perfect. Just to get some of that crunchiness in here. And what I need is 2 cups of grated carrots. And I'm just gonna get my grater. Okay, we'll start out with 3 carrots and see what that looks like. So first I'm gonna peel them. I just take the little ends off here. Makes it a little bit easier to peel. And I'll just gather that up and throw that in the garbage. Whoop. Along with this bag from the coleslaw. And I have my grater here. And I'm just gonna grate down and get rid of all that skin on here. If you have a little skin left, it's not gonna kill anybody. It's actually good for you. It's where all the vitamins are stored. There's one. Two. And I'm going to actually get rid of that bottom part of the carrot. It's not looking too good there. Throw that in the back. Again, sharp object, just be careful. Take your time with sharp objects. No rush on anything. Dinner's 5 minutes later, not going to hurt anybody. But if you cut your finger off, you're not going to have dinner that night. All right. Here's my grater. And just going to rub these back and forth. And we need a cup, so. Down there. There's actually some carrots in here already, so I'm going to go a little less than a cup because the packet was a coleslaw mix already. It's harder when you get down to these small ends here. Go back here. Take my second carrot. Probably just need 2 of these, but the other one will be good snacking. Let's see what that looks like. I think that looks good. Let me get all this carrots off here. We're going to use that in a second. So we'll put these aside. Someone will snack on them. And we're going to throw these into here. And now what I need is 2 tablespoons, or let's start with the pepper. We need about a half a pepper diced. Kind of got to judge this. So what I do is take the ends of the pepper off here. And then I slice through the middle. Not to the end. And just open it up like that. And then you can just trim away this skin or whatever you want to call it on here. As so. There we go. And let me throw this stuff away. And I'll show you how to dice that up real quick. is we make straight line cuts. Turn them. And we're just going to cut this way. Remember, keep your fingers under or keep them way back, one or the other. Especially when you get down to the end here. Okay, that's one piece. I'm not sure how much of this we're going to use either, so keep the fingers under. And we'll start dicing these up. Oh, I missed one here. Big one. You don't want a big piece of pepper in your... Alright, there's another big piece. Maybe just a few more slices here. Let's see what that looks like. I don't want to overdo it with the pepper. Okay, let's throw that in there and see what that looks like. I think that should be good. Let's get all that. Think we need a little more pepper? Let's go a little more. Just a tiny bit. Like I say, you can, when you're cooking, you can add things to your like or dislike, omit things. With bacon, not so much. Bacon's an exact science, cooking is not. Alright, that looks good to me. The next thing we need is 2 tablespoons of a grated onion. So here we have an onion, and I'm just going to chop the 2 ends off here. And get rid of the skin here. And we're going to just go right through just that skin area, maybe 1 layer. And it should come off in 1 piece. There you go, you got your onion here. I mean, throw these away because we're not going to use these, and we don't want them getting in the salad. And I'm just going to chop this in half. Which way do I want to chop that? Let's go this way here. And we need 2 tablespoons, so I'm going to bring my grater back to the party. And we're going to just, I'm going to turn it this way. It's easier. Get out of there. Alright, and then we're just going to grate the onion. Like I said, about 2 tablespoons. Judge it. You don't need to measure it. That's about 1 tablespoon there. Yeah. Let's see what we've got here. Let's chop that a little bit. Yeah, that looks maybe 1.5 tablespoons. Good enough for me. Keep that up. And I'm just going to rinse my hands off. And we're going to get to the wet part. Okay, time for the wet stuff. I have 2 cups of mayonnaise here, and to that I'm going to add 3/4 cup of regular ground granulated sugar. So I'm going to get that out here. Okay, that's 3/4 cup of granulated sugar. Put that aside. And to that I'm going to add 1/4 cup of Dijon mustard. Again, the Dijon mustard I use is this Mayonnaise. You can use Grey Poupon, anything you want. But I already measured this out. It's 3/4 cup. I'm going to put that in there. go. Put that in the sink. And we need 1/4 cup of apple cider vinegar. Get that out. This is the one I use, the Heinz apple cider vinegar. And it's only 1/4 of a cup. And I need 2 tablespoons of celery seed. And if I can grab my jar here. You have celery seed. It just gives it like a crunchy, sweet taste. And there's a teaspoon of salt and an 1/8 teaspoon of white pepper. If you don't have white pepper, you can use black pepper, but the white pepper gives it a little distinct taste. And I'm just going to mix this together here until it all comes together. And we're going to add this to the mixture here. And we'll just dump it all in here. Again, this is not your regular coleslaw because it's got the vinegar taste. It's a Memphis coleslaw. It's not really, it is a mayonnaise base, but it's not the kind you get in the supermarket. And I'm just gonna stir this until it's all incorporated. All that will start getting into the coleslaw and everything. You'll see it. It doesn't look like much right now, but as I mix, you'll see it. There we go. And what I'm going to do is cover this and put this in the refrigerator. We want it to get in there at least an hour. But the more you leave it in there, the better. This will last in your refrigerator for a couple of days too. At least a week, I think. Because it's, you know. So. And looking at the time, I'm going to have to spritz the ribs. We only got 30 minutes to go on the first 3 hours. As again, I said, in the next 2 hours are going to be on there, but they're going to be wrapped, and we'll get to that. But let me just wash my hands off. Dry them. And I'm going to put on pause, and we'll go outside and spritz the chicken. Okay, here we are at the smoker again, and we're going to open this up. And those ribs are looking really good right now. And again, I'll just move that over so you can see in here. And we're just going to spritz them. Temperature's about 230, 240, somewhere in there. That's perfect. Don't forget these 2 top pieces. All right, we'll close it up. And we'll let it go for the next 30 minutes, and then we're going to take it out and wrap it. Okay, we're on to our second side. What I'm going to make now is a pickled cucumber and onion salad. So what I have is 1/2 cup of apple cider vinegar, and I think I showed you that before with the coleslaw, but that's what I use, and that's 1/2 cup. I need 1/4 cup, just regular water. Yeah, put that in there. I need 2 tablespoons of just regular sugar. 1 1/2 teaspoons salt and 1/2 teaspoon pepper. I'm using the black pepper this time. And I'm just going to grab my whisk and get that all incorporated. Okay, now for this, the main ingredient is the cucumber. I have 1 1/2 pounds of cucumbers, and this came to like 1 1/2 cucumbers. So it's actually 1 full pound, maybe just a little bit over. I'm just going to cut the ends off this one and the end off this one, and we're going to peel it. And let me get this bowl out of the way so you can see what I'm doing here. So I'm just peeling the cucumbers. If you want to leave the peels on, you can. I just find them a little bit chewy, and oh, don't go. He wants to go in there. With that. Okay, we got the half one peeled. And now we'll get this one peeled. Now there's two ways you can do this. Is you can slice the cucumbers as is, and I'll show you that in a second. So let me get this off here. We're almost there. There we go. This last little bit off the sides here. You can slice the cucumber down like this, or what I do is I like to slice the cucumber in half first. I'm not sure you can see this. Yeah, okay. Slice the cucumbers in half, and then turn them on their flat side, and slice thinly. And you can just put them right into the mixture there as you're slicing. As thin or as thick as you want them. Get those in there. Okay. So I'm going to slice this one up, and then I don't think you need to see me do the rest here. Cucumbers are easy to slice. Getting down to the end, so be careful. Okay, I'm going to put you on pause, and I'm going to do the rest of these, and we'll come back. Okay, next to the party is an onion. And today I chose, and I like these preferably, my salads, a Vidalia onion. It's a sweet onion. It doesn't have that harsh taste. It's a little sweeter. So I'm just going to slice this up. Again, I cut off the ends, just going through that first layer. And there we go. There we go. Now we're talking. Moving right along. And I'll show you how I slice these onions up as soon as I get this up. There, perfect. Okay. Didn't want to cooperate. What I do is slice it in half, lengthwise. And then we're just going to slice down and go into thin slices there. And again, this is one that you use as much or as little onion as you want. It calls for one onion, but sometimes that's a little too much for me. Then we'll just break it up in here so we can eyeball it. Let's see if it... Let's keep going. One more slice of this end here, and we'll put these in here, and we'll get some of these. See what that looks like. Let's mix that in and see what that looks like, and see if we need more or less. But we want to get all this onion covered with that pickled onion, with the vinegar and the water and the spices. I think we could go for a little more onions. What do you say? Let's try this. And this, again, like the salad we just made, the Memphis Coleslaw, the longer it sits, the better it's going to be. A couple more slices down here. Get that on there. And let's mix that in and see what that looks like. Yeah. Actually, I even like a little bit more. It's all preference. There we go. This should do it. All right, let's mix that good. I'm gonna get it all covered and put this in the refrigerator with some plastic wrap on it, and I might mix it up in about an hour or so, just to make sure it's all getting soaked in there. So we'll come back to that. Got 10 more minutes and my meat's gonna come off, and we're gonna wrap it in foil and put it back on the grill, so stay tuned. Okay, I think we're ready to get our meat out. It's been the 3-hour mark. I have these insulated rubber gloves. They're great. I can just pull the meat off. I don't have to use tongs because these are gonna maybe be a little tender and we don't want them falling apart. And if you pull them with tongs, they might fall apart. So I'm just gonna open this up and we're gonna get these off. Oh, look at that smoke come out. This looks great. So I'm just gonna reach in here and get these hooks up. And hopefully not make a mess yet. Let's stick in the pan a little bit. There we go. Just gonna lay it right here. And get these hooks. This hook doesn't want to come off there. Let's see what we can do with that. Yep. Let me move this out of the way. Take these two pieces off. Okay. Thermometer out of the way. There we go. And we'll move this. That's why it's really not moving. There we go. Now we can see what we're doing. And we'll grab this piece and take these gloves off so I can close my door. These gloves just wash right off and it'll heat back up, and we're going to get this inside. Okay, I got some foil here, pretty big piece. I'm actually using this Reynolds heavy duty foil because as you'll see, we're going to be adding a little bit of liquid to this and we don't want it to run. So I'm going to put my gloves back on and get these onto this foil, well, at least one onto this foil. And just be careful with that. And we're just going to lay that here and take the hook out. And maybe we'll put one of these over here as well. Okay. Now I can take the gloves off again. They are slippery. All right, let's take it in there. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to fold this up like a boat. So we almost like, there we go. There we go. Just so the liquids won't come out. Now, what I'm going to have here is my spritzer bottle of apple cider, and I'm just going to pour a bunch of that in here. Not on the meat, but around the sides of the meat. Just get a good amount in there. Less is not good, more is better. And then a special ingredient, I have here butter. And I'm just going to take a couple slabs and throw it right on top of the meat. I'm using the meat side up. Some people swear on using meat side down, but I like the meat side up because I don't like the meat sitting in the juices boiling. I like them to kind of braise. Maybe one more piece or two more pieces here. There we go, good. Okay, so now I'm just going to totally wrap this up. Make sure these ends are sealed here. Kind of crimp this and make sure the ends are sealed. And I got another piece that I'm going to put right over this. We need that cider bottle. And we're going to press down on here, lift up, and we're going to seal it twice. And put it right back into this here. And then we're on to number two. Got my foil. You take the meat out, the hooks out first. lay this piece here. And again, I'm just gonna fold this up around so we get a tent. And we're gonna pour the juice around. Good. And the special ingredient again, butter. And some people use brown sugar on this too. I'm not going to use that because I'm going to put barbecue sauce on later. And that's kind of sweet enough, so I don't want it overly sweet. I want a little bit, but not much. So let's go get 1 or 2 more pieces on this. That's 1 more. I guess can never say butter never hurt anybody, but it's good. And we're just going to fold this up, fold this up, fold this up. Crimp the edges here. We don't want any of those juices running out. And again, this piece here on top. Get it all under here. Press down and put it here. And now we're ready to run back out. Okay, they're wrapped. I'm going to get my gloves back on, put these back in. I actually, I'll go through the grill when I open it up here. I want to touch this with my PC. But I actually put new pans in here and moved the fire pan down. Now I'm going to just take these and I'm just going to set them right over the pan as best as possible. And yeah. And we're going to let these cook for 2 hours. So I will come back in 2 hours and check on them. If I can get my gloves off, I'll turn the camera on. They're greasy. It's a little messy job here. Oh, okay.